Basically, this is a very personal business for me because I've been selling property for about 30 years in Europe, in Australia, in Sydney and now Gold Coast, but also UK market, Spanish market, Mallorcan market. So I've sort of drawn on that to create this business, and nobody else is really doing what we're doing and offering the range of services. It's not just about selling property, it's about guiding people through the process. And one of the things that people find difficult when they're thinking about overseas property is that they don't know who to trust, they don't know who to talk to. So we hold your hand, it doesn't cost any money, you never pay us any money. The only way we get paid is from the property owners when a property sells. So I'm based in Surfers. A bit of background there. We're big into service. My personal interests tend to be football, Manchester United fan in the UK because I was born there. Not too many. Oh God! Yeah, your price just doubled. If it was Liverpool, I just wouldn't sell to you. Into fine wine, travel. I've visited 90 countries so far. Target was to get 100, but COVID derailed that, so we'll work on that. But I love my travel. Married for 27 years to a lady called Valerie. She's from actually born in Niagara Falls in Canada, and my daughter Charlie's 21. She was born in Sydney when we lived down there, and then decided to. She went back. We went back to the UK for a while, and she was schooled in the UK, and then decided she wanted to go to university in Vancouver. So now she stayed on. So okay, what do we do? We're basically working with property owners, Australia, Europe. I have properties in North America, in Manhattan, but they're not advertised on the website. Middle East, which is going to expand into Oman. We just do Dubai and Al Marjan Island at the moment, but we're going to expand into Abu Dhabi, Oman and Muscat at some stage, and even possibly Saudi. I'm not so much sure about the Saudi bit because it sort of isn't an immediate place you'd think about going on holiday. But they're basically trying to compete now with Dubai, getting the Western money, and there's some phenomenal things going on over there. So at some stage we'll probably do Saudi, but not this year. 5 core services. Firstly is to sell premium quality property. We don't sell anything at the bottom end of the market. We have a range of support services, mortgages, property management, furniture packs, legal advisors, solicitors in each country. So we can refer you to those people who will make sure that your due diligence is done properly, and we only work with developers who've been vetted. So most of the developers, let's say in Bali, that we work with are actually Western, and they're bringing over Western QSs and stuff like that to manage the projects. Obviously local labour, so the quality's guaranteed as much as you can guarantee quality anyway. And we also act overseas as buyer's agent for affluent, time-poor clients. Gavin obviously is in the market here, so he knows all about that. But we do sometimes get a brief from people, just find me X. Had one recently, find me a hotel to buy. Concierge services we've talked about. There's a specific page on the website that will detail those. And we also offer, in conjunction with a company in the US, an asset protection service for tax reduction, shall we say. We shouldn't say minimisation, should we? Well, we've been filmed. But basically proper asset protection, trust structuring internationally, and tax reduction, let's put it that way. So that's a separate service. I'm just going to talk you through, I guess, the 4 main markets that are of interest to Australians, will seem to be. First one is Dubai. Why are people investing in Dubai? Healthcare is fantastic, tax-free. There's no capital gain. There's no personal income tax. There's no capital gains tax. Transportation links over there are fantastic. It's actually within a 4-hour flight of the third of the world's population. So it's becoming, in my opinion, it's going to become take probably the business hub away from London, and it's going to be centred in Dubai. 5th safest city in the world. Got no currency fluctuation because it's pegged to the US dollar. And there's a big market there for short and long-term rentals. You're probably going to get around 9 to 11% return on your money. One of the trends that you'll see as we go through these slides is that the return on investment here, Campbell, you probably know better than me, but 3-4% gross in terms of.
Oh, you've done well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then you've got to get paid tax on it.
Correct, I understand.
So there's a lot of benefits in renting overseas. Holiday, retirement, or just park your money. Population's going to grow. Corporation tax is only 9% if you want to set up a business there. You can get a golden visa. Basically, if you spend a certain amount of money, you basically get residency. It's as simple as that. It's about 850,000 Australian. And the forecasting growth is that they're going to have 16 million visitors very, very shortly. So that's Dubai. Thailand, probably a country that most of you know, either by name or you'll have visited. We have properties in multiple locations: Phuket, Pattaya, Koh Samui, Bangkok. You're probably going to get around about 10% return on your money. It's also very cheap to buy still. You can probably get in there for around about 120,000 Australian into a condo. And again, numbers in terms of tourists is just exponentially growing. The benefit, obviously, of tourists is that they want accommodation. Everything we sell tends to be new or relatively new. So, again, good market to invest in. Malaysia, I've been there twice. We have this project down in Malacca, which is absolutely iconic. It's called the Sail, and basically it's being built on the Straits of Malacca, which is the third busiest shipping lane in the world. And it's 9 towers, combination of hotels and some commercial. This building at the front, which is basically the Spinnaker, is going to be a Karl Lagerfeld branded hotel. And to give you an idea of the scale, that building there is going to be taller than the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so this is going to sort of be, if you think about the Burj in Dubai maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, this is going to replace it in terms of its iconicness. You've got a very stable government, fantastic food, growing economy. Your rental returns will probably be 6 to 10%, but they're projecting about 12.5% capital growth for the next 10 years. So again, something to consider. My favourite, Bali. Some people hate it, some people love it. It's the cheapest place to buy, and it's the best returns. We could probably get you 15% net after costs, which you're just not going to get anywhere else. Capital growth currently projected for the next few years at about 7%, so you should be getting a 20% return on your money. You're just not going to get that anywhere else. And again, you can probably buy in for around about 100, 150 max. The Indonesian government are doing everything they can to build infrastructure and to attract Western money. Jakarta is the capital at the moment. They're actually building from scratch a new capital in a place called Nusantara, which is actually on Borneo. So they're creating this place from scratch, and they think it's going to be the largest manufacturing hub in Southeast Asia. So that's just an example. Low cost of purchase, huge growth in tourism numbers, as I say, and I guess the big benefit, it's 1 6-hour flight from Brisbane, or Coolangatta if you can get a flight. So I've got a special offer. Anybody who refers a property to me before the 1st of May, and they buy anything with us in any country for the rest of this year, doesn't matter when the property completes, we'll give you $2,000 cash, tax-free as a gift.
Anyone? Will I put that on this post? Or?
It's anyone in this group. Yeah, 100%. And that's me.
What dollars will they be paid in there?
Australian dollars. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.